Obviously this bit's getting cut out. I have just rabbited on for 25 minutes about this video, and I'm starting it again because I didn't think it was right. So lots of people have asked me, what does it take to plan such a challenge that you're doing? Cycling through every county in the UK in 15 days. The answer to that is a hell of a lot. I'm going to be as very quick and succinct as possible. I was going to get literally everything out here to show you what's going in the van, but A, I've not got everything, and B, that's going to take me a couple of hours, and I don't have a couple of hours spare. Such is the freneticness of now. It's the Saturday before I set off and I'm bricking it. I need to get everything ready. So it's already 11 o'clock. I've got 2 more videos to make. I've got to get to the shops. I've got to buy stuff and I've got to buy food. So this was an original idea 3 years ago when I did my challenge in 2023. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I went through every county in England. That was basically the precursor for this. That took a lot of planning, but it's helped in certain respects because I got to the end thinking, yep, I can do that again. That was basically a precursor. I wanted to see how I'd go, and I did 142 miles a day for 8 days. I got to the end and I was relatively fine. I thought, you know what, going for this. So I started planning this challenge about a year ago. Long story short, I've got this map here. You see the size of this thing. I'll try and get out of the shadows. Here we go. This thing is like 5 foot tall map, and you see it's all coloured in. Now, the county borders on this aren't 100% correct, according to Guinness. I mean, they have stipulations to work to. Wow, got dirty ears. I needed a county border map. I've already got one in there. I bought another one 3 years ago. I bought both 3 years ago, and then I had to draw around every county. You see here, I've got the black lines. Administrative counties. Now, some of these on this map aren't correct. You see, for instance, let's go here. Gloucestershire, South Gloucestershire. One's purple, one's light green. That's actually one county, but it's shown as 2 on there. Another one, you've got Bath and North East Somerset, North Somerset, Somerset. We don't talk about Somerset for 2023. I missed that one. I had to draw around all that and then basically plot a route which was the best way and most efficient, maybe trying to get as much flat in as possible, way around it, which is the red line. You see Cornwall, Devon, Dorset, and then across here, blah 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 blah. You know, the way it goes is mental all around and everywhere. So I had to spend a lot of time making sure I hit the borders. There's a couple of areas. I'll just hit very quick. For instance, just clipping into Kent here, well, just clipping into East Sussex. There's a little wiggle here. I don't know if you can see that. So up a hill, back down the hill. Little things like that where I'm just clipping in. Last day, same, just clipping into Cheshire here, out near Widnes. And I've had to plot that route, get it dialed. It's been revised. That took me literally weeks and weeks and weeks of planning just the route. I've just had a Somerset moment. I've just gone through the route. Literally, it's a Saturday before I go. I'd missed South Lanarkshire. How? This is kind of thing I mean, God. So I've just had to reroute. Fortunately, it's the day I come back from Orkney, so I can just loop round and up. It was a shorter route. It was 100k, now it's 125. That's fine. Oh my God. The next thing I had to do is work out when. I wanted it to finish on a Saturday around this time of the year. Typically, I'm probably a couple of weeks late because I'm going to miss the weather window. It looks like it's going to rain as soon as I start kicking off. Bloody typical, but what can you do? I wanted the last day to be a Saturday, so I'll be as quick as I can explaining this. Saturday is here, last day. That's basically half a day, it's 135k. Overnight ferry backwards, 1 day. 1 day. Day and a half, I've got to fly. A day. Flights. So basically I had to work it back from the flights that were available For instance, I fly from Edinburgh to Shetland. The next flight back was half an hour after it landed. That's not enough time to turn around. I have to stay on Shetland overnight, fly to Orkney. The next flight from Orkney back to Edinburgh is like 6 hours later. I've had to work backwards from that, so I know the start date is Saturday the 24th of May. You'll know this because I'm already on the road. After plotting the route and the dates, I've had to go onto Strava and cross-reference it at the same time with like Google Maps to make sure all of the roads are actually roads and not just farm tracks and stuff. I'm riding a road bike. Obviously I'm going to be on my TCR. And some of this has been helped by slight previous runs. Strava helps in certain ways with used paved surfaces. It's usually brilliant. And then it's got most popular routes. I've done a lot of that. I've tried to miss as many big roads as possible, because big roads are a nightmare to ride on, but some of these are unavoidable, especially up in Scotland where I'm going like Glencoe, like Fort William down towards Glasgow. A lot of that is on the main road through Glencoe down to Loch Lomond and stuff like that. That in itself has taken a couple of months. Yeah, a couple of months. Now obviously with the flights I had to work out exactly how to get there. I need to borrow a bike box. That bike box wonderfully is being loaned to me by Kendal Tri Club, but G's got to go and get that. There's a driver swap halfway through. Planning that. Now, oh yes, on the days, I'll give you for instance, first day, starting here. In fact, I'm starting a bit further south. Is it there? Yeah, I'm starting around here, around Tavistock, up a hill, and I want the first stop 70k in, another stop 140k in, another stop somewhere around here, ferry across. Now the ferries are every 2 hours. I want to get there not an hour and 40 before one arrives. I would like to get one there, and then I've got to ride across with my mate John and then ride back to Portsmouth. Now obviously the route was plotted. I knew whereabouts I was going every day and knew whereabouts my ride was finishing each day. Have to find accommodation. Yes, I'm using a motorhome, beautifully supplied to me by Bailiff Bristol. That's probably saved my biggest cost on this alone. I think without them doing that, this would never have been possible. I just don't have the money. I'm using the motorhome, but you've got to put it somewhere, haven't you? And in England, it's not easy to find places exactly where I was finishing. Some of these places are in the middle of nowhere, some of them are near cities. I found a website called Warm Showers. It's absolutely wonderful. It's basically lots of very friendly cyclists, really, usually touring cyclists or bikepackers who offer either their home or their garden or their drive for people to park up, get a shower, sleep in, you know, have a spare room or a sofa or a garden for people to camp in. Loads of my nights have been sorted out by that. There's a couple of campsites involved, which is brilliant, but and some friends' gardens, much of that's been sorted out. But again, I've had to spend, a vast amount of time sending messages, emails, text messages, WhatsApp messages to all these people, and thank you all, you're brilliant humans, to make sure everything's good. Now, that is the planning side of it. I mean, it is, yeah. Obviously, the training side. You have seen all of the training side. I'm not going to bore you to tears with it anymore. This year already, I've done 360, I think, hours of training. Not all of that's on the bike. Some of it's at the climbing wall, but that's cross training. It's good for grip strength and to stop you getting tired on the bike. We'll move on to other stuff that I need, and it is some of it. I'm going to be overly cautious with it. I'm taking basically all of my not winter cycling clothes. The weather is going to turn. Typically we've had this for weeks, and that's going away. Looks like it's going to be raining on day one, and then for the foreseeable I can see 6 days of rain and wind. Great when you've got a tailwind, but then that means I need to buy my shoe covers. I'm going to have to take jackets. I'm going to have to take my shake dry. I've got another jacket that's been coming from Shut Velo, their brand new one, hoping that's going to arrive before. If not, it might actually get posted to one of my hosts, because like stuff like bibs. I've got I potentially want to get changed halfway through the day. I'm not sure if it's a good idea wearing the same bibs all day, especially when it's wet, but I'm going to work that out. On that, obviously, chamois butter. Recently I've been trying skimming up with a layer of this and then just putting something like, that's the Athlete Performance one, or another one on top of that, and then I'll top it up during the day. Mental. Food. I can't think about food enough. I've been buying rice packets. I need to go shopping like now. Saturday. I set off on Thursday. I've got a whole day lost going to get the van. I've got to fill it on one day. Gels. I've got all of these gels. That's like 200 gels there. That should see me through. I've got another box of Romney's mint cake to collect, and then on top of that, like stuff like Trek bars, normal food. Some of this is going to be bought on the road, some of it on the way down, some of it on a potential day-to-day basis. We need to find out where all these places are, and we need to find out potentially what we're cooking or what we're eating that evening. Naturally, there's probably going to be, if there's like a chippy nearby, do that. We're going to leave that to, not to chance. We're always going to have food in the van and the ability to cook, but you know, fancy a pizza, if there's somewhere nearby, we'll do that. Now, other stuff I'm going to need. Obviously, taking the TCR. I've got a spare set of wheels now, thanks to Hunt. I'm just about to put on a fresh set of tyres. My rear tyre has been on since the end of February. It's done. It's down to the end of the wear markers. The thread has basically rinsed the last few miles off that. I'm going to do one last ride with Toby and the gang on another Cold Dark North ride. That's the next video. Then tomorrow that's getting swapped out afterwards. The spare wheels, I've got spare tyres on. Well, pretty new tyres on, so don't need to worry about that. Spare chains sent by Alex at Paddock Cycles. One of them is basically 2 weeks old, so that should do the whole thing, but I've got another brand new one and then another old freshly waxed one. Toolkits, nitrile gloves, you saw the box before. I've got spare bar tape, I've got insulation tape should I need the spare bar tape. Obviously food, ignore the fact that it's pot noodles. I eat pot noodles, whatever, it's just fuel. I'm going to be burning 7,000 calories a day, I reckon, on this ride. Potentially more, potentially less, depending on the elevation. Some days are 3,800 metres of climbing, some of them are 1,200. But there might be headwinds. Hats, buffs, all of my clothes, basically taking everything. What else is there that I need to take? Spare bike. I am going to take my spare bike. I'm going to take the winter bike, just in case the worst happens. It shouldn't, I'm just riding my bike. But my head goes, what if? There's room in the van, in it goes. Oh, what else is there? Bear with me a second. In fact, come inside with me, because this will demonstrate exactly. More applied nutrition stuff. So I've got energy, recovery. Mint cake. There's another box of that coming on Wednesday. Hydration tablets. I learnt the lesson for them on the Friday, didn't I? On the thread, sorry. And then pasta, rice packet, helmet, spare helmet, glasses, spare glasses, list, kit wash, sun cream, need to buy another one. Where's my phone actually? Not a good thing to. Where actually is my phone? Right, I've got a massive list of stuff. I need to go to the shop and buy more things. Yeah, I would say it's a logistical nightmare. It's not a nightmare because I kind of enjoy the process. Oh, I've missed a delivery. Balls. Here on my phone, I've got list after list after list of stuff I need to buy, like beetroot juice, nuts, cable ties, Velcro. I need to go and actually now, because I've seen the weather's changing, go and buy some more shoe covers because the ones I've got are about dead and I need one, potentially two more pairs because I need to take the shoe dryer as well. I need to spare cables. I mean, Alex at Paddock Cycles, he's tried to supply me with stuff. He's given me spare cables, even though I don't have to don't know how to do half the stuff. The stuff's there. That's why I had my bike serviced a few weeks ago at the Giant shop, to make sure everything's tickety-boo. So yeah, if there's any other questions about what it takes to plan this and what I've taken with me, I'm probably going to do something when the van's packed about, well, I mean, you're going to see it on the ride, where I'm just going to be, here's all the stuff, my god, what a bloody mess, got to take the pump. I was hoping to take a little battery pump. I was going to borrow one off Russ, but I forgot to take it off him, as well as the bike wash stuff, bucket, microfibers, mitt for washing. Bike's going to get filthy, so I'm going to have to take more lube. I've got some drip on wax, but if it's going to be wanging it down, I'm going to have to be, I might rinse the whole bottle in 2 weeks. I'll just put spare in, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes. I have really had a rant today. Can you tell I'm nervous? I am. I'm really nervous. I just want to get there. I just want to get to Cornwall now and sit. I've got a whole day spare when I get there, and just sit and plan. I'd like to go and get some filming done. Need to take the drone. Something else I need to on the list. But yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that because of the wind. That is the kind of planning that is needed. It's going to be very difficult to do something like this again in the future. We have less and less time available. Basically, this is probably going to be the last supported thing that I can do unless I can get a team of people to help. I cannot ask any more of Ju. We cannot be away from home, from Alex. Somebody needs to be here basically at all times because of his needs. During the time we're away, where I'm away with Ju, Ellie, Alex's sister, our daughter, is coming home to be pretend mum, to just help him get about and like stuff, make lunches and this, that and the other. It's yeah, so anything for the future, I generally don't know. This is the first time I've done a charity challenge without knowing what I might be doing in the future for it, because I just don't know. This has been audacious, it's been arduous, it's taken a lot of work. So anything I do in the future, I might have to do it, just be I might end up bikepacking. We'll see. Anyway, as per usual, there is a link to the crowdfunder below. The last video explained why that exists, why it's a crowdfunder. Every penny is hugely appreciated from me, from the family, and from the charity. It's all hugely appreciated. We cannot be thankful enough. I love you very much. I'll see you out on the road, and yeah, subscribe if you want to see what's going on the actual ride, because a couple of days away, I'm scared and I need to get all this stuff back.